Well, after weeks of downplaying the gravity of the situation, U.S. President Donald Trump has given a stark warning that the next couple of weeks will be painful and tough for the whole of America. He made the comments during the White House Coronavirus Task Force's daily press briefing.
Well, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the U.S. director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, has told Americans to prepare for about 100,000 deaths. Well, our U.S. Bureau Chief Simon Marks has more.
It's been a pretty somber affair this evening, I have to tell you. President Trump acknowledging that the next 2 to 3 weeks in the United States are going to be, as he put it, hell. His medical experts presenting new estimates for the number of fatalities that the United States can expect to see if all the mitigation that the president wants to see now rolled out in every single state across the country is obeyed and honoured by the American people. And those new estimates run anywhere between 100,000 deaths and 240,000 deaths at the high end. But that all depends on the behaviour of the American people. And the head of President Trump's coronavirus task force, Dr. Deborah Birx, was at pains to say to the American people that there is no alternative now to following the president's guidelines.
So I know it's stressful to follow the guidelines, but it is more stressful and more difficult to the soldiers on the front line. As we started and we will end with its communities that will do this, there's no magic bullet. There's no magic vaccine or therapy. It's just behaviors. Each of our behaviors translating into something that changes the course of this viral pandemic over the next 30 days. Thank you.
She and the director of the National Institutes of Health, Dr. Anthony Fauci, urged, as he put it, Americans to put their foot on the accelerator in terms of embracing the safe distancing guidelines that President Trump has outlined. And Vice President Mike Pence went further than anyone on that podium has gone before in suggesting that while these are described as 30 days of guidelines that the federal government has instituted, he and President Trump will be holding state governors accountable if they choose to depart from those guidelines. And that's one of the reasons why over the last 24 hours, right here in Washington, D.C., in fact, we've seen a much tougher approach being taken, a stay-at-home order being issued to people here. Also in neighbouring Maryland and Virginia, the governor of Maryland saying that he is extremely worried that his state may be the next epicenter for coronavirus. Remember that of the deaths that have been recorded so far, around 25% have been seen in New York City. There is grave concern being expressed now by the president about the situation in Detroit and in Louisiana. Those may be hotspots we'll be focusing on soon.